Hey everyone, this is the Metro Nerd Mars on the Metro Nerds Gaming channel, and today we are going to talk about Battle Partners, the new Pokemon TCG set that is set to come out very soon. This is a set that is going to be coming out after Prismatic Evolution, so Japan is going to get it soon. We're going to see their meta start shaping up around it, and we are going to get this in a few months. So let's talk about it. So Battle Partners, if you guys don't know, it's brought back trainer Pokemon. And the trainer Pokemon that we got in this first set are really crazy, but I do want to also bring attention to some of the cool EXs, some of the cool art rares that we're getting out this set. So let's actually start with Maractus. Maractus has an ability, Bursting Needle. When this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by an attack by an opponent's Pokemon, put 6 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So this is a pretty cool little grass dude. I think there's other abilities that are just slightly better than this. Like there's like the counter punch on Hitmonchan. But this also is a really cool thing. Like in draft formats, when you need something to just hit some damage, or if you're playing like the Glaceon EX deck that needs 6 damage counters exactly to knock out, this is a pretty good card to start off with. Let's see, other good cards. We could start off with also Marascarada. With a Showtime ability, once during the turn, you can switch this Pokemon with your active Pokemon, and with its Rising Bloom attack, it does 180 to opposing EX Pokemon. So if you're a Marascarada fan, if you have a Marascarada deck, this might be a cool little tech card in there, a cool late game attacker or revenge killer, to really set you to buy you a turn to set up another Marascarada EX. I also like the art on it, just ready to throw its Flower Bomb, really cool. So also, another cool card we're going to be getting is Magmortar with Mega Surge. During Pokemon Checkup, put 3 more damage counter on your opponent's burn Pokemon. That is a pretty good ability for stage 1. Magmortar is also like a fan favorite for most people, and I like how this ability really pairs off with one of our first EXs. We'll go back to our first trainer Pokemon, Volcanion EX. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon is in its active spot, it can automatically burn the opponent's active Pokemon. It is super cool, really good, and it also, we were just talking about Magmortar, how those two pair together. I really could see this being a thing. But let's talk about our first trainer Pokemon. So we have Endurmaka, which just, quick little attack, 20 damage for 2 colorless, 2 fire and a colorless for 50. That's nothing to write home about. But we are going to talk about Instarmanitan. Instarmanitan with the cool little fire fish jumping out. I like this art. It looks so cool. For 2 double colorless, it does Backdraft, 30 damage, and it does 30 damage for each basic energy in your opponent's discard pile. And then for 2 fire and a colorless, it does Darmana Eye Cannon, 90 damage to the active, and then 90 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon when you discard all energy. Well, you have to discard all energies, and it does the 90 for it. So that is pretty cool. A nice little snipe. 90 damage is not nothing to scoff at. You can start getting damage on other Pokemon, setting up KOs for the following turn. Or you can knock out little weak Pokemon and get little 1 prizers out of the way. That is pretty cool. Now, disclaimer. I have tried to record this video already 3 times. So I kind of already know where this is going to. But just pay attention to the attacks on N's Pokemon. Just gotta say, I just gotta break character a little bit. Okay, Articuno with the pretty art rare. If you guys are fans of the 151, this is gonna be a very beautiful piece to your classic collection. Very beautiful art rare. Not 151 the set, the 151 the type of Pokemon. Also super cool Pokemon is Ludicolo with Vibrant Samba, giving all Pokemon in play 40 HP. Sadly, Vital Samba does not stack. That would make this a broken stage 2, but that's pretty cool. We're also gonna go give some love to Wailord. Look how big Wailord is. I'm from California, so I got to go on whale watching in elementary school when I was a little kid. So I remember going whale watching and seeing just how big the whales could get. And I think this does the imagination justice. Really like all the pretty color florals around. Like I think I need to pick this up just for the shenanigans. And then let's get into our second batch of trainer Pokemon. So Iono is Iono, right? Sorry guys, if you guys have been long time people on this channel, you know I have I mispronounce things all the time. So it is Iono. Iono. So Iono's Voltorb, Iono's Electrode, Iono's Tadabo, and Iono's Bellabo EX. Iono's Voltorb has Chain Bolt for 2 colorless energy. It does 20 damage for each lightning energy attached to your Iono's Pokemon. I think this is going to be our like cool little single prize attacker for the deck. I think it's a really good ability. I think it's a really cool overall, and I like this just pop art that they gave Voltorb. Definitely loving it. And then I'm just loving how they have not changed the trainer icon. They were just using the character profile. They can just use the character profile from the Kenshin Meguri arts, and it just a nice little stamp, letting you know that this is her Voltorb. We have Iono's Electrode, which does 100 damage to itself and then knocks out the opponent's Pokemon. You throw, some type of HP modifier like Ludicolo on it, it can do that attack twice. And it does 100 for 2 lightning and a colorless. Tadabo, just, a little guy, just to show you that she had a little Tadabo. Because the big star of the show is her Bellybolt EX. Iono's Bellybolt EX. For stage 1, evolving from Iono's Tadabo, the ability Electric Streamer, as often as you like during the turn, you can attach 1 basic lightning energy from your hand to one of your Iono Pokemon. And then Thunderous Bolt, doing 230 for 3 lightnings and the colorless. That is super neat. It's definitely like one-shotting most basic EXs. You probably just need to do like a little bit of a damage modifier for it, but I'm trying to think, like it does it take out Raging Bolt? Let me look real quick. Does it take out? It's 10 less to take out Raging Bolt. You just need a Spike Energy or something. Oh wait, we haven't talked about Spike Energy yet. Maybe with Peach Runt, you can do that last little 10 damage. But I'm liking her, and I'm loving this alt art. Like just her holding the little Squishmallow. If you guys ever seen the Bellybolt Squishmallow on Target, adorable. So, and then there's the normal art, and I think the hyper rare is already shown. So she has a Wattrel, but Wattrel is just really there to get you to the flash drawing Kilowattrel. Flash draw, you can discard a basic lightning energy in order to use the ability. You can draw cards until you have 6. And then it even comes with a pretty art rare where Kilowattrel is holding her. It's so cute. She's eating a sandwich, it's eating berries. This is cute. I don't think I'm gonna be building this deck, but I am looking forward. I don't think I'm building the deck, but I am looking forward to seeing someone play this deck all max rarity. Oh, I didn't even notice that it had a little Magnemite in the sky. That's so cute. We have another Ends Pokemon. We have Ends Jotic. So Crackling Shot for a colorless and a electric, for 2 colorless energies, it does 30 damage. Before it does damage, it trashes a tool. And if you trash a tool, the opponent Pokemon is now paralyzed. Nice little utility Pokemon. I'm also... I don't want to spoil it just yet, but all these little quirky effects that Ends Pokemon have really do meld together when you pay attention to their main attacker. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. But we have a new set of trainer Pokemon. We have Lily's Clefairy. Lily's Clefairy is here with their ability Fairy Zone, giving all dragon type Pokemon a psychic weakness. I think this is just a little too late. I think by the time Journey Together comes out, we're really going to be Regidrago. Raging Bolts are not going to be as popular. So this is going to be a cool little tag card for fairy decks, or really good in Lily's personal deck. But overall, I think her real shine is her Full Moon Rendezvous. There's 20 damage plus 20 damage for every bench Pokemon, both you and your opponent. You throw a freaking oh my god, what is the stadium? Oh my god, I play it. I'm looking at the deck. Underdepths. If you put an Underdepths with this, and you know, Espadas, like there's other Terra Pokemon you can throw in with it, but you can just get some massive damage out with this Clefairy. I think it's going to be really cool. Okay. So we still got Mr. Mime, we got a new Shuppet, new Bayonet. We have Incineroar. Now for one Psychic Energy, it just does 20 damage. But for a Psychic and double colorless, if your opponent has one prize card left, you instantly win the game. I think that's also another cool ability. Like this is gonna be a one of in the deck, I feel it. Just to be able to do the attack. Okay, we still have some more Lily Pokemon to get through. So we have Cutie Fly that is going to be able to be evolved into Rombi. Rombi has Dividing Wink. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may look at your opponent's hands, choose any number of basic Pokemon you find there, and throw them on the bench. So just in case your opponent does not want to play I don't want to play no basic Pokemon game, you can force them into doing it. We also have Lily's Comfy, that Flower Claws. First attack is Flower Call. You can call any number of basic Lily Pokemon and call them on your bench, and then fade out for one Psychic Energy, does 30 damage, and then can put itself and all cards attached to your hand. Letting you be able to use this attack again, letting you get it out the way so your Clefairy can go in and start swinging. Really liking this. The Lily's Pokemon, are really good. It's like they're small, they're adorable, they hit for good damage. And I really see that this deck could be getting a promo or an update of a certain little bag-shaped Pokemon that just fits with all the fairy types or psychic types. But we'll see. I don't think we're gonna get it this. We're not getting it this set, but I can definitely see Nebby coming soon. Okay, let's talk about the boys. Snubble, Paloswine, Mamoswine. We have Snubble that has Call for Family, calling up 2 basic Pokemon, and you're gonna need those basic Pokemon because Mamoswine, our big boy, has Mammoth Carry. Mammoth Carry lets you search your deck for any Pokemon and add it to your hand. And then its second attack for 2 fighting energies and does 180 damage and 40 damage for every stage 2 Pokemon in play. I think this is going to be a really cool, funny deck to see. A bunch of rare candies galore. I'm really interested to see how this deck is going to play out. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Now we're starting to see the starts of, Oh no, there we go. I do want to bring attention to Lycanroc. Let's take a look at the art since it's not going to be loading real quick. So very beautiful art rare, very cool looking art. It has Entangle Spikes. When you play this Pokemon to evolve, you can attach 2 spike energies to it. And then Grabbing Fangs, it does 40 damage plus 40 more damage for every damage counter on the opponent's active Pokemon. And then you use spike energies, we'll talk about those a little later, to get those damage counters on. So pretty cool little like combo there. Well, let's see if it does anything. Okay, let's see what else we have. Now we're getting into Hop's Pokemon. We have Hop Silly Cobra. First attack for a colorless lets you search for a stadium. you're gonna need that stadium. And then for fighting in a colorless, does 20 damage. And then it has Sandaconda. Tremor, 30 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. That's gonna be really good to slow down your opponent. And then Breaking Ground, it does 140 damage, but it also does 20 damage for each of our bench Pokemon. Not the greatest drawback, but we'll see if it sees any play. Ooh, we get a new Claw. Not special or anyway, I just like Claw. I do want to bring attention to this new Tyranitar with the Daunting Gaze ability. When this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent cannot play item cards from their hands. I know this is going to be really like iffy up in the air because we have the dude who also item locks, but don't let you throw those two in a deck together. They might have to throw a little Bayonetta in there, and it might be an item lock galore. It might be a 3-way item lock. Let's see. We have Ends Per Lion. Pilfer does 20 damage, and your opponent reveals their hand, and you can put one card there into the bottom of the deck. Enzuora, which just does 20 damage. But then we have the start of the show, and I've been teasing this card all set, all video. But we do have Enzorak. So Enzorak is a really strong card. 280 HP, stage 1. Its first ability is Trade. Lets you discard a card and draw 2 cards. We've seen that ability before plenty of times. Refinement. Gojingo just lets you draw 2 if it's in the active. But its second attack for 2 Darkness Energy, Night Joker, lets you choose one of the bench end attacks and do it in place of this attack, which is crazy. 2 Dark Energy, you now have access to all of End Pokemon's attacks. I think the End Toolbox is going to be one of the best decks to come out. I am calling it. I still don't want to play it. It's still not the deck that I'm excited for, but I am super interested to see how End's Zoroark just makes its name in the meta. Definitely going to be trying it out here on the channel. Definitely am excited to see it be played, but to build in paper, not where I'm at just yet. Not where my heart is at yet. So let's go talk about it. Let's see what else we have. Pangoro, Excalibur. We do have End's Clean Clang that does triple smash. 120 for flipping 3 coins. That's something to just note. The Clean and Clang are not that important. We're also going to talk a little bit about Magearna. Magearna with the auto heal. And when this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you can, when you attach an energy, you can heal 90 damage from one of your Pokemon. That's super cool. So that makes Magearna, as long as you keep attaching energy to it, forever strong. But also, it's just an interesting thing to see when you see what I like to call Tapu Gearna pop up. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about damage modifier King. So first we're going to talk about Corviknight. Hops Corviknight, shoot through 50 damage, just 50 damage to one of the opponent's bench Pokemon. Really, it's going to be a really cool backup attacker. It's going to be able to snipe a little bit. Steel Wing does 150, and then the next turn this Pokemon takes 60 less damage from attacks. Hops Corviknight, B+ card. But let's talk about the King. Let's talk about what we're all really here for. Let's talk about Hops Zacian. Hops Zacian, a basic EX Pokemon, 230, Steel Energy, Steel type. Just look at the bond. They just locked in with each other. Its first attack is Close Cleave. It does 30 damage to the active for a colorless energy, and it does 30 damage to one bench Pokemon, helping you set up KOs, knocking out baby Pokemon. It's just an overall nice attack. And then you have Brave Slash for 240 for 3 steel energies and 1 colorless. It does 240, and you can't use the attack. You can't use Brave Slash again the next turn. So kind of like locking you off from doing the attack, but overall pretty good card. It does say that this Pokemon can't do it, so if you have another one set up, you can just go Brave Slash, swap, Brave Slash, swap, Brave Slash, swap, Brave Slash, and win the game. But you might only need 3. But overall, really good card. I'm excited for this deck. Art also looks pretty cool. Like, I love this Pokemon. Like, as much as I'm not a big fan of Sword and Shield as a game, their legendary Pokemon are actually pretty cool, and I like their lore connection. And I also like how they don't Dynamax because it's against their code. They don't need to. Okay. We got another EX to talk about. We have Salamence. Salamence EX. For Fire and Double Colorless, it does 50 damage to all bitch Pokemon, or all your opponent's bitch Pokemon, and a Dragon Impact for Fire, Water, and 2 colorless, 300 damage, knocking out most EXs. And, you know, it might just be a good dual Dragon deck. It might be a big boy. We also got Duraludon that just, you know, sets you up, helps you set up your Salamence. I like how he is also a Fire Water. I don't know if it's because of just his colors, but I like that he's a Fire Water Dragon. I like how the dragon, the energy type, tells you know what type of dragons they are. You know, some of them are nature dragons, and some of them are slimy dragons, and some of them are just basic normal cave dragons. I like that. I like that that's what Pokemon uses. The subtle details for Pokemon are right there. So ends Reshiram for Fire Lightning, or 2 Dark Energies. Powerful Rage, 20 damage. It is 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon, and then Virtuous Flames. For a Fire, a Lightning, and a Colorless, 170. And Zoroark is really going to enjoy copying these attacks. We also have Hop's Snorlax. With the big belly, attacks from your Hop Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. A nice little thing you're going to start seeing with Hop's cards is that, like, it just does damage modifiers. And it's really good because it's going to be able to let these Pokemon really hit hard. Even though Zacian is going to be the big attacker, there's also a lot of little attackers that are going to benefit from these damage modifications. Ooh, we also have an art rare of Ferret. Really cute, hyper detailed, hyper realistic, loving it. So we have Dunsparce EX. It is a Versatile Tail, does 60 damage for each EX Pokemon your opponent has in play. And then Drill Break does 150, and this attack is not affected by anything on the opponent's Pokemon. That is super cool. Also, I realized that there's still a 2-notch to Dunsparce, so I'm expecting the 3 notches to be super broken. As we keep going down, we have some evolutions. We got 2 more of Hop's Pokemon to talk about. Hop's Dulu, when it is evolved off of Wooloo, you get to choose one of your opponent's Pokemon to swap into the active. That's super cool. That's really gonna make like the gusting in this deck so much easier. You're probably throwing like 3 of these and probably like 2 boss orders, and you're really gonna be able to pick apart your opponent's board. That's gonna be real nice. And you know, in Pokemon, that's not like, you can't really withhold your Pokemon in your hand, because then you eventually just end up not having anything in play when your active is knocked out. So it really forces your opponents to think about what Pokemon they keep in play. And then we have Hop's Camerupt. For 120, 1 colorless, it does 120, which is super cool. But attack only does something when your opponent has 3 or 4 life prizes. I said life points, crazy. When you have 3 or 4 prize cards. So it's gonna be a really cool mid-game attacker. And for 120, that's really respectful, especially when you get a lot of those damage counters or damage modifiers in. This one's gonna be able to knock out a lot of like basic EXs. So this is the deck I'm excited to play. This is the deck I'm excited to see. Just big old damage. Big old damage. Okay, we do have ends PP up that lets you attach a basic energy to the discard pile as we're getting here into the trainers. Another good one is Hop's Bag, letting you put 2 of Hop's basic Pokemon to the bench. We also have Hop's Choice Bands, letting you reducing the cost of attack by 1 colorless energy and also increasing damage by 30. We have Lily's Pearl, which lets Lily's Pokemon let your opponent take out one less prize card when Lily's Pokemon are knocked out. This is gonna get real annoying when you have a lot of those one prizers, which when you knock them out, you're not gonna be able to take any prize cards. Really goofy. Ooh, we have Iris's Fighting Spirit. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw cards until you have 6. I hope Ceruledge and those energy discard decks really enjoy this now. You found a replacement for Radiant Greninja. Okay, not every turn. And then let's talk about Brock real quick. Brock, first effects, lets you search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put them in your hand, and shuffle your deck, or search your deck for evolution Pokemon, put in your hand, shuffle your deck. One or the other, not too bad. And then let's get into the stadiums, because every stadium is important in this set. We have N's Castle. Each of N's Pokemon in play, both you and your opponents have no retreat calls. We have Lavicia, which during your turn, you can put 2 basic lightning energies from your discard to your hand. And then we have Postwick. All attacks of Hop's Pokemon, both you and your opponent, do 30 more damage. That damage modifier, amazing. And then we have Spike Energy. Whenever a Pokemon attached to this, any Pokemon in the active spot is attached with this, gets damage, put 2 damage counter on the opposing Pokemon. That is crazy. This with the Lycanroc is going to be a cool little combo. I wonder if anyone's going to find a way to abuse it. But as we look at the accessories, I really do want to give my opinion about this set. So as we just take a look at the accessories, I really think this is a fun set. I love these more competitive sets than collector sets. I think they did this on purpose, making sure that like only one of the trainers was like a super fan favorite. Everyone's going to be chasing like N's Pokemon, but this is going to be a real competitive shift deck. I think all 3 trainer Pokemon, or no, all 4 trainer Pokemon decks have a way to compete in the meta, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they make their mark. Guys, if you guys like these breakdowns, let me know. We're going to be doing Pokemon content here on this channel now. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you later. Peace.